get paid enough for this.
Exactly.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at infamous moments when wealthy people showcase their horrendous, entitled, and rude behavior, only to receive some much-deserved consequences.
It is so upsetting to know that today we still have this overt racism that's going on.
Malibu Baddie. In 2020, Natasha Lawson, a security guard for Pavilion Supermarket in West Hollywood, California, went to break up an argument between apparent wealthy Malibu resident Kashmir Duran and her father in the parking lot. Instead of Lawson sorting it out with no issue, Duran turned her wrath towards the guard. She spat racial slurs, bit Lawson's hand, and threw a glass bottle at her.
Keep on using the N-word. Keep on using the N-word.
Now you are nowhere.
Duran was eventually dragged away by her dad and put into a car, probably hoping for a hasty exit. However, as witnesses had blocked them from leaving, she decided to utter more racial slurs.
She gets a water bottle and she throws it at me and says, I said, get the F out of here.
Duran was arrested for her terrible antics and was charged with 2 felonies of assaults.
She opened her window and grabbed dog food and started throwing dog food at the security guard.
Socialite slurs. As this incident proves, money can't buy class. In 2018, Jacqueline Kent Cook, the daughter of the late sports team owner Jack Kent Cook, was in line waiting to get her coat from a restaurant in New York City. In front of the millionaire socialite was lawyer Matthew Habercorn and his family. Impatient and high on her own importance, Cook voiced anti-Semitic slurs at the family. When Habercorn confronted her outside, Cook whacked him on the head with her $400 mirrored glass purse, causing him injuries, then claimed she acted in self-defense. Unsurprisingly, Cook was arrested for assault. She took a plea deal for disorderly conduct and was sentenced to 3 days of community service. Millionaire Thief. You don't get much more entitled than defrauding a retiree of their life savings. In 2017, an unidentified man met Florida's Peaches Sturgo on a dating website. For the next 4 years, she told him about her supposed money issues with a fictional injury settlement and the bank, causing the concentration camp survivor to write 62 checks to her, amounting to $2.8 million. Sturgo used the cash to buy a new home, cars, and a lot of luxuries. With his life savings and having to give up his apartment, the victim confessed to his son what had happened in 2021.
The indictment states she made the victim believe that her bank needed more money or her account would freeze and she'd lose it all.
Soon after, Sturgo was arrested in 2023. She was sentenced to 4 years and 3 months, had to forfeit her home and the goods she purchased and pay back what she stole.
There's typically a sense of urgency and some reason why the money chain has to continue.
Road rage racism. Melissa Gutneck did the stereotype of Audi drivers no favors in 2018. After getting treatment at a hospital in Vallejo, California, Marshante Ferris was being driven home by her boyfriend, Shamik Shepard, on I-80. Instead of a calming journey, they spotted Gutneck driving recklessly.
I switched lanes and then I just seen her speed up from the rearview mirror, and I see her swerving to the next lane, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it.
After trying to avoid her car by switching lanes, she cut them off. When their car got side to side with Gutneck's, the Karen rolled down her window and screamed abuse at the couple, including some racial slurs, which were filmed by Ferris. After the clip was put on social media and Gutneck was identified, she reportedly lost her high-paying job at an investment banking firm.
Actually made me upset. If anybody has seen the video, I was kind of shocked that she went along and said that.
Broker brawl. After a night on the town, broker Dina Huang Chiung got a taxi back to her hotel in Singapore in 2016. Instead of paying the driver, the drunken Huang attempted to leave, prompting the employee to hold on to her handbag. After some back and forth involving Huang berating and hitting the driver, he got help from a security guard. However, Huang continued to verbally and physically assault the pair during her rampage, including biting the guard and bragging that she had money.
You wait, don't beat. I have a lot of money.
When things cooled down, the police found Huang sleeping outside the hotel's restaurant. In 2018, she was sentenced to 3 weeks in jail for her escapades and fined around $752. Modern-day slave owners. It doesn't get more entitled from a Karen than trying to own a person. And that's exactly what millionaire couple Mahendra Subnani and Varsha Subnani attempted at their home in Long Island, New York. The perfume makers had subjected 2 Indonesian housekeepers to horrible conditions. Their crimes came to light in 2007 when one of the women escaped and got help at a nearby donut shop. After the couple's arrest, Varsha's mother reportedly attempted to bribe one of the victims' family to drop the charges. In 2018, Varsha, who was deemed primarily responsible, was sentenced to 11 years in jail. Mahendra was sent down for a little over 3 years and fined $12,500. Wealthy threat. On a night in 2015, road worker Bernard Armstrong was standing by his truck on the shoulder of the North Central Expressway in Texas. As Nicole Hutchison drove home after apparently drinking at a restaurant, she struck the truck with her Mercedes and then fatally hit Armstrong and crashed into a freeway wall. When the police arrived to arrest her, Hutchison told them she was wealthy and that they would regret this.
During her police interview, she asked numerous times about her dogs in the vehicle and did not display any concern regarding the crash or victim.
She eventually took a plea deal and was sentenced to 10 years in jail in 2018. After serving a little more than a year, Hutchison was released on parole in 2019. Subsequently, she founded the Rusty Diamond Network, a foundation to aid incarcerated women. Kentucky Karen. In 2022, student Kyla Spring was working as a desk clerk at a dormitory for the University of Kentucky when a very intoxicated Sophia Rosing entered the building. As Spring asked to see her ID, Rosing launched into a verbal and physical attack on her, using racial slurs repeatedly.
Could you stop, please? No.
The police soon arrived. However, Rosing claimed her wealth gave her special status and kicked and bit them before the cuffs were slapped on. This isn't the first time Rosing has been filmed being drunkenly combative, bragging about how rich she was and mocking others for not being as wealthy. The university released a statement that Rosing had been permanently banned from their campus. In 2023, Rosing was criminally indicted on several counts, including assaults.
I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly.
Not so fabulous Karen. Sisters Lisa and Mary Garris were waiting for AAA in the parking lot of Lisa's apartment in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2018. Then, an intoxicated Susan Westwood decided to get involved. After questioning why they were there, she told them she was white, hot, and fabulous and bragged about her $125,000 job.
I'm white and I'm hot. So what are you doing here? I'm still going to make $125,000 Monday morning. Who are you?
Westwood also threw in multiple insults with racial overtones and shoved her phone in their face. When she left, Westwood falsely called the cops to tell them the sisters were breaking into cars. Yikes.
Folks that are trying to break into apartments, they are actually people that I've never seen here before, but they are African American.
In 2019, she was sentenced for misuse of 911 and assault, receiving a year of probation and court costs. On top of that, Westwood was fired from her lavish job and was evicted from her apartment complex.
We are so distraught and still very upset about what has taken place only because of the color of our skin.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Realtor Rage. It's weird how Karens like to worm their racist way into situations in parking lots.
Go back where you came from, and she used some harsh words.
In 2022, 4 Indian American women were leaving a restaurant in Plano, Texas, when realtor Esmeralda Upton popped up. Without warning, she ranted about how much she hated Indians, uttering slurs along the way.
Everywhere I go, you Indians are everywhere.
Upton even got physical with one of the women who was recording and threatened the group with fatal violence.
Oh my God, guys, record! She's hitting me!
When the cops arrived, for some reason, Upton mentioned she lived in a $1.5 million house, as though that would get her off scot-free. It didn't, as she was arrested the next day and charged for her threats. To make it worse for Upton, she also faces not 1, but 2 lawsuits by the victims. Delightful. Which wealthy celebrity gives off Karen vibes? Let us know below.
Who are you?